Grabit is a fully on-chain auction platform built on the Cardano blockchain, and I have Phil and Sharon joining me from the team to talk all about the platform. There's some unique features in it. There's a token that powers their ecosystem, as well as an accelerator program to help artists through the platform and enter the Web3 space. A lot of these artists are expected to build communities, know about tokens, understand Web3 technologies and NFTs, and sometimes it's a daunting process. So having this accelerator program and these cohorts to move artists through together and launch on the platform and on Cardano is a really exciting thing. So let's get into this interview.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast. Gotta get it hype. Crypto is what we like, but this is not investment or financial advice. Gotta do your research, cause it's risky. We know it is. This show is educational and it's informative. Crypto's the future, really, it ain't no debate.
Both of you, welcome.
Yeah, nice to meet you again.
Thank you for having us. I do have Philip on the line. He is our lead smart contract developer, and I am the business dev manager here at Grabit and doing a lot of the marketing for the tokenomics and our Grabit mainnet.
Now, I first saw you both. I think I've heard of Grabit when I saw it on NYC NFT, and I saw a whole bunch of tweets and whatnot coming out of it. And I saw you guys actually had a booth and a presence at the event, which is absolutely awesome, like representing Cardano NFTs. Can I first off ask how that event was? And then we'll dive into the platform itself and what you guys are actually presenting to the Cardano community.
Most definitely. I think we met out at the NFT NYC event, and I think that was honestly a really great turnout for the Cardano community. We were probably the only Cardano booth there. So we had a lot of success, a lot of great positive feedback from the community regarding our on-chain auctions and a lot of our branding and our marketing. So it was pretty exciting. I think it was kind of seeing the community come together and what they're interested in, and just seeing that feedback and that interest in Grabit really gave us some positive reinforcement in that we're going in the right direction and what the community is looking for. And it gave us a lot to go back to the team and have some little small victories and things that we can go ahead and maybe do better the next time.
And how is your platform actually different compared to what's out there at the moment?
Well, I think what's going to be different primarily for us at Grabit is our community accelerator program, and just kind of the way we're trying to build our community and their brands and what we're trying to do for businesses, allowing for the users to use the protocol as they would need to.
So what exactly is the accelerator program for this? How's an NFT auction place have an accelerator? I'm trying to connect the dots here.
Yeah, no, definitely. So our community accelerator is just really, so creators, whether that be a creator or it is a business, we're able to bring them in and work with them, and maybe our features would be able to benefit them, and also other partnerships. We're currently building out what that's going to look like, but ideally they're going to be cohorts and a lot of other, I don't want to give away too much yet, but we'll be talking more about it and bringing up some teasers and some campaigns towards it and trying to get some attention. But essentially the community accelerator is what it is in its name. We want the people, the individuals, whether that be a creator or somebody that has a business, to have the opportunity to have extra reach, to be able to use Grabit as a platform for longevity. So they're able to sustain, whether that be their own collection, whether that be their business, or whatever creative, innovative idea they may have, they're able to utilize Grabit to do that. And that's what we kind of want to build. We want to have a tool that is accessible and usable for anyone that wants to build their brand, build their community, whatever that may be. And it's up to the individual to decide that. But we are going to assist in whether that be marketing on the business end, or how we can bring advisors and other business partners to assist with what they are wanting and needing for that.
The first step was making minting easy, right? And this has been accomplished by a ton of great contributors in the ecosystem. And there are a ton of platforms now that you can do this on. But the real core of an NFT project is, making something out of it, right? Once you have the collection minted and you distribute it, now you need, some sense of community, some use case for this NFT. And normally, historically, this has been left to the projects to do themselves. But this is sort of against what the premise of NFTs is, which was, to sort of, provide artists with a way of monetizing digital art. It's hard for them to, create utility and interact with Web3. It either involves, developers hiring artists, which sort of defeats the purpose. It cuts out the artists from getting, royalties and things like that. Or it involves artists having to pay large sums of money, which you probably don't have if you're an artist doing digital art, is like, early on trying to get your feet in the ground. So what we're actually doing is providing that utility for artists. So, if you're in this accelerator program, you talk to us, you have a vision of what you want your collection to be, we'll create that vision for you, right? If it's within our power. And the idea is that, over cohorts of this, we can sort of have a collection of basically, we talk to someone, you want this feature for your NFT collection, we implement it for your NFT collection. We can, in the future, we'll have a large collection of features like this, where you can sort of just come in and say, these are the features I want, X, Y, Z, and pick them from a list, and they'll be pre-made there for you to have. So like a lot of things people like are like, NFC chip stuff. That's really been really big in F and a lot of large Cardano projects, where like, say you have an NFT, your friend has an NFT, you have this proof of meeting where you tap the NFC chips together, and then maybe it reflects in the image. Each NFT character gets like a band on it or some particle effect that says you met someone. These are things that our platform would be able to provide for people.
Wow, that's pretty exciting. It's and we've seen these accelerators in the DeFi space, and they're all over the place, helping startups and stuff, and they help with legal and all sorts of aspects. But yeah, coming from an artist's point of view, majority of the artists just create and the mint put online, and now they're expected to market themselves. Work out how this tech platform works, how to mint NFTs, how to create a community behind it, which is completely foreign to a lot of artists. Why on earth do they have to create a community now and a Discord servers and Twitter accounts and market themselves? So it's really good that there's people out there helping them through this process. And it sounds like your accelerator program that you guys are putting together is going to help a huge amount of artists enter that Web3 space, because Web3 is a lot more than just publishing your art online for sale. You also mentioned this thing about tokens and tokenomics. How does that come into play on the platform? And is it for the artists? Is it for the users? Is it for people interacting with the platform?
Yeah, so this has been a passion project of mine now for the past 3 or 4 months. And the idea here is, not only do we want to drive a sense of community with this accelerator program and with the individual collections themselves, but we want to drive a sense of community with any collection. And historically, there have been attempts to do incentivized platforms like Blur and things like that. And it's resulted in a lot of wash trading and a lot of damaging, negative price action. And you can say, is it a fault of the platform, or is it just NFTs in general have been on the decline? But we wanted to take a more careful approach and a more community-driven approach. So this is an incentivized platform. You earn the token by trading on the platform, but it's more than that. It's not based on things like TVL or wash trading. It's based on community-driven milestones. So say you have a collection, right? There'll be certain price floor milestones for every collection, right? And that means, you have these discords, you have this sense of community where, already people are trying to maintain their price floor within their communities. But there's no greater incentive for doing that, right? If someone, for instance, holds a lot of some NFT and will benefit by selling them and damaging the price floor, there's nothing really that would reward them for not doing that. Whereas we have a mechanism, are essentially the whole design of this incentivized mechanism is to discourage that and to encourage a greater sense of community, right? So if you drive up the price floor of a collection, then not only will you as an individual trader receive some of the platform token, but every single member holding that collection, whether you had anything to do with the trading volume or not, will receive the platform token. So it's a lot different than, an individual trader perspective. It's more of everyone in any given collection receives these tokens for hitting the collection milestones.
Very interesting. I love that interaction between the community there to try and keep them engaged, I guess, overall. So it's a really interesting way of using the tokens. Can we grab more information on that on your website?
Yeah, sure. You can read about the tokenomics. You can read a lot of the use cases, which include, you get a percentage of the marketplace fees for holding this token. You get governance rights, which unlike other platforms, the goal is sort of to focus on user experience and be a little more intuitive. So, there's going to be this drop-down menu for governance actions. And then also a big thing right now is this price discovery event, which was mentioned. So if you're familiar with the Cardano native token space, you've seen these front-running attacks and things like that. A big focus at Grabit is pushing forward the open source ecosystem and growing Cardano as a whole. So I've talked about this a few times before, but a big issue Cardano has is the lack of open source tooling and the lack of open source contracts. And if you're choosing between Cardano and like an ecosystem like Ethereum, right? It's hard to make a case to build on Cardano when you can go to Ethereum, you can see how Uniswap is built, for instance, which is the best of the best for DEXs, and you can just copy paste and start building, right? Obviously, for licensing reasons, you can't copy paste the newest Uniswap, but just for a sense of what you're getting, the best practices, how to build, the best platform that exists on Ethereum, you can take a look. For Cardano, it's very different, right? You want to look at JPEG Story, you can. You want to look at any of the top 3 DEXs, you can. So we've been pushing forward a lot of open source code and tooling to change that, right? And one of the things that we're pushing forward now is this price discovery event, which we've fully open sourced. We have a Catalyst proposal just looking for an audit for it because, ideally we want open source code in the ecosystem to be audited. But what this does is it completely eliminates this front-running possibilities. If you've heard of things like the taste test for SundaeSwap or launch bowls for MinSwap, it's launch bowls except fully decentralized, fully contract-based, non-custodial, and it really resolves basically any unfair actors in the ecosystem that would want to either pump or dump a token on you.
That's great. I will dig into that Catalyst proposal and have a look a little bit more into it and find out exactly what you guys are up to there. It sounds really good. I do like the launch bowl and the way those tokens are launched that way. So it's good to have a really good open source and audited option. So looking forward to reading more about that one. Now, if people wanted to reach out to you guys and join the community, what's the best point of contacts?
The best point of contact would be reaching out to us through our Discord or our Twitter. We monitor that highly. So we'll be able to just go ahead and respond to that. If you can reach out to anyone on our team, which would be probably the best person would be myself, which is, you can reach out to me on my Twitter or my LinkedIn directly, or you can reach out to us, to any of the founders also, which would be Michael Yagi, Christopher Chung, and Philip, who's on this call.
If you're an artist in the ecosystem and you're struggling releasing a collection, or you want some custom functionality that you can't figure out how to get done or that other platforms can't provide, then feel free to reach out. That's what we're here for. We really want artists to succeed. We want to be able to provide you with any utility or any functionality or any community-driven features that you want for your collection. So yeah, we know how difficult it can be making the jump from, being an artist, a digital artist, to, all of a sudden having to understand all this blockchain stuff and deal with Web3 and deal with all of these community-driven features and utility features. So yeah, please reach out. We're happy to help, and don't let the learning gap frighten you. That's what we're here for.
Okay, brilliant. I'll make sure all that's in the show notes. And anyone that's interested can contact you guys and find out a little bit more about the Accelerator program, which I'm pretty excited about to see who joins up and how you guys push them through the whole Web3 experience. It's exciting to see what artists come through that. But thank you both for joining me on this episode and showing me and educating me more about your platform.
Most definitely. Thank you for having us.
Like always, links, references, everything in the show notes down below. And if you're an artist looking to get into the NFT space, check out the team there and join their Discord server, reach out to them on Twitter and see exactly how they can onboard you through their Accelerator program as well. I'm pretty excited to see more of the platforms actually take an approach where they can invite people in and handhold them through the experience of entering the Web3 space, understanding the technology and everything else around it as well. Now, if you really enjoyed this episode, thumbs up, click subscribe, click the notification bell, and I promise you a lot more really cool Cardano related content. But until then, I'll see you in the next video.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast. Gotta get it hype. Crypto is what we like, but this is not investment or financial advice. Gotta do your research, cause it's risky. We know it is. This show is educational and it's informative. Crypto's the future, really, it ain't no debate.